This is the news team at TV5. Sam Merrill, Denise Carroll, and Rod Maloney. And this little picture is about to become a huge billboard that will look like this.
We sent that away where it was blown up to the scale of, probably they're about 10 foot tall.
A company in California uses a computer to enlarge and paint the image onto vinyl. The huge billboard is then rolled up and sent back in this tube.
It's weather resistant. It's similar, for folks to get an idea what it is, it's like contact paper that you'd put down in your cupboards and drawers. Skip is going to give me a hand here. We'll get it unrolled for you.
The huge picture is unrolled in panels and first laid out on the floor.
Now we'll go out. This is section number 1, and it's like a jigsaw puzzle to start with. We'll lay it out here on the floor to get an idea where we are and what we have to work with.
Billboards are designed to attract the eye quickly.
Keep it plain, keep it simple, make it readable, make it very easy for the viewer driving by an expressway going 65 or 70 miles an hour.
And we'll have to dust rod off a little bit, but they all get dusted off a little bit when they're completed.
Billboards are a standard 48 feet long, and they take up 670 square feet. They're a lot bigger than they appear on the highway. Now it's time to hang it up.
I sit next to Denise every day at work, and she's about 5'10" tall, but here on this billboard, just her head is 14 feet tall.
The remainder of the details will be painted on, and you'll be seeing this billboard soon on a highway near you. Jill Wellington, News 5, Wake Up.
Runners set!
Go, Barry! Go, Barry! Come on, now!
When I saw my news producer, Barry Ozersky, running in the obstacle course, he didn't look much different from all the times he's run through the newsroom maze, trying to get a tape on the new news. And big deal that photographer Bud Jones is carrying 3 basketballs. He juggles up to 50 pounds of camera equipment every day. I guess this obstacle course is a lot like corporate life. Rushing to the copy machine, high-stepping office politics, juggling corporate financial accounts. These people make it look so easy, but it really isn't.
Oh, no!
The pressure, the stress, it's enough to make you, well, tired.
It's a lot harder than it looks.
What was the hardest?
Probably picking up the 3 balls and trying to run with them.
Probably tires.
What was the hardest part for you?
Watching all these ladies run around the track.
What is more difficult, corporate life or this?
This, definitely. You get too tired.
Strenuous, less stressful.
So they all thought this was harder, but they'll all be back at work Monday, wishing they were back at play. Jill Wellington, News 5 in Saginaw.
Good morning. You're on WSGW with Art and Sue.
It's 10:15 in the morning, and you're probably home sipping your morning cup of coffee. Art and Sue are busy guiding cooks through recipes of every kind.
8 slices of French bread. Those would be about, 3/4 of an inch thick.
They've been doing this together for the past 4 years. Art's been doing it on and off since 1974.
Today only till 8 p.m. Get your free copy of the WSGW Holiday Recipe Collection at the
I cooked when I was single, and I've always found it interesting. I like to experiment. I'm a dump cook, try a little of this, try a little of that, see what happens.
Sue got her start filling in on Trade Line. She was amazed to find herself on radio, but really enjoyed it. She was always amazed at how Fred Krell could answer the Mrs. questions off the top of his head. Now Sue is the pro.
After having kids, now Art always refers to me as the baby stain expert, how to get this stain out and that stain. Or making diaper wipes, we have a recipe for that. And so it's kind of been on-the-job training, I guess you'd say.
Sue and Art have shelves of cookbooks to refer to during the show, and Sue types every recipe that listeners call in on a computer. Art says recipes have changed over the years.
I think there's probably a greater consciousness about weight, about cholesterol, and the things that have been well publicized, but I still believe that we eat the same way we live, and sometimes that's very selfish. We eat for ourselves.
And this time of year, everyone is looking for holiday recipes.
We got people coming over for brunch, we got people coming over for a buffet or this or that, and how can we show off without too much work?
Sue and Art also star in a popular cooking segment at TV5.
That's right. On News 5 at noon, you'll see the two of us in our shenanigans in the kitchen.
And you'll be seeing more of those shenanigans later today on Home Life. I'm Jill Wellington for Take 5.
Hold it and turn.
This scene should look familiar. For the past 10 years, TV5 and this year Dow Corning have honored the two best students from each high school in the viewing area.
The autographs, a cap and gown, the honors that you've earned.
I think it's a neat way to acknowledge it.
Everybody move this way a little bit.
It takes a good part of a day to shoot these promotions. There are more than 200 top students from 17 counties.
We need one person out of the group for a hug, one person for signing, and the rest of them for turning, and then they have to hold the shot so that we can get their supers up and everything, like for the music and everything like that.
The only glitch with shooting today was the wind.
Well, it's a little hard to keep your hat on, but other than that, it's all right. It's nice and warm, so it's a nice day to do this.
And what's it like for these students to be on TV?
Just the fact that everyone's going to see me. I just want to look really good.
They don't get nervous. I don't think they're nervous at all. They're excited. They like doing this. They're getting some recognition, well-deserved recognition.
I had to balance my time so I could study and yet still have fun, and it's really hard because our class has many high-grade points. So,
we news people were honored to meet these top students. They represent our future.
After high school, I'm looking forward to the summer for sure, and looking forward to going on to college. It'll be such a big change.
So now you know what it takes to put one of these together. You'll start seeing them air starting next weekend, and they'll run through the end of June. Jill Wellington, News 5 in Frankenmuth.
Yes, sir. A dozen powder.
A dozen powder.
You have to get up bright and early to get your teeth into a punchki. Here at St. Joseph's in Carlton, they started selling the donut-like balls at 6 o'clock this morning.
We only got them in dozens or half dozens.
One quick hour later, they were almost all gone.
I'm going to eat them.
All by yourself?
Yep.
2.5 powder.
2.5 powder?
We're guessing somewhere around 800 dozen, but it's kind of hard to guess with the ones that we ate while we're here during the day.
About 60 volunteers worked about 15 hours yesterday to prepare the punchkis.
We started yesterday at 11:30, worked until about midnight last night, and then this morning we started in with the selling.
They also added the finishing touch this morning.
We're powdering the punchkis.
And they do that in an old beer keg.
When we emptied the beer out, then we put the donuts in it. You're right. Powdered or plain?
They use an old Polish recipe that's at least 100 years old, and they've been selling these punchkis as a fundraiser for about 60 years.
I'm sure I ate at least a dozen myself.
They're really good, and they mean a few extra pounds.
But on Fat Tuesday, people don't seem to mind. Jill Wellington, News 5 in Carlton.